Hey guys, guess who is back? It's moi. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows and set my face, etc. off camera. I think the next video after this I'll actually show you guys the process that I take to do it. But yeah, we're gonna start off with Brighter Days palette from Yardie Cosmetics, and this is gonna be a very detailed tutorial. So basically I'm going to show you guys how I apply, how I blend, how I cut my crease, all that stuff. So we're going to start it off with the black and then we'll apply the colors. If you notice, I pat on and then swipe. Then I blend one color into the other by doing the same thing. Now that I've applied all my colors, I went in with a clean brush and blended that pink and that red together closer to my brow bone. Then I went back in with the black just to clean that up a bit, and then I'm blending out the edges of the green with a lighter shade of green. So I have to keep adjusting my lighting so you guys can actually see properly, because I had an update on my camera that completely threw everything off. So I'm matching my eye based on the wings. So if you notice that first eye had in green and this one doesn't, so I won't put any green on that side, but I just went ahead with the colors that's actually on the wing for this side, doing the same process that I did on the first side. Okay, so for this side I actually went in with a lighter pink to blend out the top for the brow bone area, just because the purple all the way up there, you know, I wanted to create like a contrast. Okay, I added a little bit of orange in there, even though there wasn't really any orange in the wing, but it just made it look nice. It made it blend well together. So next up, this is the part that you guys always ask me about, how I go ahead cutting my crease. So I normally just use micellar water. You can use any kind. So I just use micellar water and basically cut the crease with that. And then I go ahead after that and cut the crease with a base or a concealer. For this instance, I'm using the P. Louise Blank Canvas base, literally because there's no transfer of color after. And if you guys notice, I never cut the creases evenly with the micellar water, so I want to be able to cut into color without there being any, you know, mix of color or any transfer into the actual base. So that's what I did there. If you guys just pay attention, I showed you exactly how I cut my crease. After I cut my crease, I go ahead and blend it out with a shader brush. I find that this is the best way to blend out a base or a concealer if you're going to lay eyeshadow on top of it. And no, I do not set my bases. I find it's better when it's tacky, but that's just my opinion. You definitely don't have to do that. So now I'm just applying the colors onto the lid. So I'll apply the same colors throughout. So I'll show you how I did one eye, and then you'll just see the both at the end. But I like to blend, so I'll show you how I apply and then how I blend after to make the colors not look as sharp. Okay, so here we go again, adjusting the light so you guys can see. This is basically what it looks like after I apply it. I'm not exactly too pleased with this, so I go ahead back in and I blend away with the colors. And what I do is I lay the colors on top of each other and then just, you know, just pull one into the other until you're satisfied. I didn't really touch the green and the yellow because it's a tiny piece of green. So if I did, it probably would have, you know, pulled it too far into one color into one, and you probably lose one. So I didn't really touch the green and the yellow to the end. Okay guys, so we're gonna go in to do our base. I'm starting off with the Makeup Revolution Glow Foundation, and I mixed the two because one's too dark and one's too light. So yeah, I mix it to get my shade. I wouldn't say my perfect shade, but I mix it to get a decent shade match. And then I also spritz my brush with setting spray while applying. I find that also helps to secure your foundation. So I'm just stippling in and mixing at the same time the two foundations, and then I'll move on to highlighting and contouring. So this is the almost finished product. I didn't get my neck, so y'all don't come for me. I'm definitely not going anywhere. This was just a look for Instagram, to be honest, so don't come for me. I know I didn't get my neck, but I could not. So we're moving on to highlighting, and I'm using the Conceal and Define concealer from Makeup Revolution. Also, I will list what shade it is below in the descriptions. So I did let that sit for at least 2 minutes before blending it out. So I just used a regular beauty sponge. I can't remember where I got the sponge from. And I just blended out all of the places that I highlighted with the concealer. And if you're paying attention, you would notice that I'm actually tapping that into my skin and not actually dragging. I see some people dragging the concealer. I don't know how it works, but it's better to tap it into your skin to secure it. The same for when you're doing your setting powder to set it as well. If you're wondering why I went ahead and used the setting powder before contouring, it's because I'm not using a cream contour. I'm just literally using the bronzer, the deep bronzer from Makeup Revolution. Y'all see how dark that is, right? Like, it speaks for itself. I don't think I even need to explain to you guys. It speaks for itself. So I'm going in with this Crayon Case Chalk Dust. I think this is why. And it's literally because the one that I used under my eyes and my forehead is really bright, and I wanted to tone it down a bit for my cheeks. So that's the reason why I used a different setting powder there. Okay. Feeling myself here. I think I was listening to some music, some really good music during this whole tutorial, but I was trying to keep it together. So the next thing you do is you brush away all the excess setting powder. At this point, some people like to set their face with setting spray, but I just go ahead, blush, highlight, and then I set my face after I've fully completed it. But I'm using the blush binder from the Crayon Case, as you guys can see, and I am going OD on this blush. Okay, can't nobody tell me nothing. Like, I want it to be pink, and that was that. So I'm going back into the Yardie Cosmetics Brighter Days palette, and I'm going to highlight my nose and my cheeks with the darker highlights, and then I'm going to use the more bronzish, goldish highlight for my chin and my forehead. I really like it. Like, I was trying to be pink. Okay, I wanted to be pink, and it was giving. It gave what it was supposed to give. Okay. Okay, so here is what we have so far. Okay, and then once we finish, once I finish showing you guys, we're gonna move on to the lips. And I am using the NYX Cosmetics Jumbo Pencil in Milk. A lot of people gave this up, but it is still my go-to. Like, I saw people throwing this away in their cleaning up of their makeup room videos, but I would never. I have bought 3 to 4 of these in the past year and a half, I think, because I still use it quite a bit. But I go in with the Yardie Cosmetics and I'm doing all the colors that's on my lips. And after I finish applying that, then I'll go in to do all my lines to create, my butterfly effect on my lip. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to line the lips with a pencil. And then I'm going to go over the pencil with the Island Mink eyeliner. You guys will see in a second. And that eyeliner is the one that I'm going to use to do all my lines for my butterfly lips. Now we're going on to doing the lines, and let me just apologize first because obviously I wasn't paying attention to the camera and the mirror that I'm using, so there's quite a bit in there that you may not be able to see, but I did try my best to make it so that you guys can actually see what it is that I'm doing. I tried, but I apologize if there's parts that's missing. Okay, so next we're going to use this Maron white paint. Okay, and all I did was put 3 dots in each loop, basically, or in each arch. So I put 3 dots in each, and then I put 3 dots on the lines there. And after I applied my wings, which is coming up shortly, I applied dots to my wings and also to my eyes. You guys will see in a second. Okay, so let me just come back in here to say these lashes are the bomb. That is all. Now, for some reason, I wasn't feeling the matte lips, so I went ahead and I applied gloss after. And again, I'm going to apologize because I don't know where the rest of the footage for this went. But this is the final look, y'all. This is she is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, please just hit me up. Let me know.